And that's why, do you know Vincent van Gogh? Vincent van Gogh is a famous artist, a famous painter.
Van Gogh. Mm.
Van Gogh. But he killed himself. And then when Vincent van Gogh was still alive, he drank a yellow paint because he thought he would be happy. Because
Mm.
people said that yellow is the color of happiness. So then he drank all the yellow paints that he had because he thought he would be happy. And his paintings became very famous after he died. But when he was alive, it's not famous. It's the irony of life or paradox of life. How are you today,
Poor him.
guys? Yes, sad story. Cam, how are you today?
I think I'm good.
How about you, Anna?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Anna saying, yeah, I'm okay. But the voice. All right, so our topic for today, guys, is pollution, right? So in the topic, it talks about general. Topic is so general because it talks about pollution, but it actually talks only one kind of pollution. So how many kinds of pollution, guys, do we have?
Yeah, I think there are three kind of pollution.
Mm.
Um, Air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution.
Okay, soil or land pollution, but there is one more. What do you think is that other pollution, Cam?
I think food pollution.
Food pollution. I think food pollution contributes to all the kind of pollution, like the three pollution that Anna mentioned. But the fourth kind of pollution is noise pollution.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
noise pollution. And I think you will find out later on in the questions that there is another kind of pollution that is emerging. They don't really officially call it pollution, but it's emerging. It means it's becoming a pollution. But noise pollution have been a problem as well. So it's like the the noise from engines and the noise from factories. If people find it very annoying, or if people are irritated about the noise, it becomes a noise pollution, such as airplanes or the sounds of big trucks or very loud music. It's noise pollution. So how about in your place that you are living right now, what kind of pollution is very apparent or you can really see?
In my case, because I live near from a trans air, airport, so I often hear the plane fly across my living. But for a long time, I get along with it.
Yes, Anna. I think we're the same. When I was in high school, I also live near the airport. So every time the airplane passes, because we're still high school, every time the airplane passes, we shout together with the noise of the airplane. We just play with it, and we became used to it. And how about you, Cam? I asked my students because I have teen students here, and they told me there's no pollution in high zone. Is it true? But then when I asked them again, oh, there's already a pollution in high zone. Because they said no, there's no pollution in Haizong.
In my case, I think I'm living in a good place when everything pretty good. I in front of my house is a big river, and we have a fresh air, uh, less noisy because the road in front of my house rarely to not much car to run. So I think this place pretty peaceful, or I can live it, and I don't see any more pollution around me.
Wow. So, Anna Cam's place is already peaceful, but he still wants to go and find another place. Okay, that's nice. Right. So, today, this essay talks about a particular kind of pollution, and maybe if you have read about it, you already know. So, Anna, can you summarize the first paragraph for me?
Yes. Uh, Nowadays, people live in an environment that is pollution so much, especially people live in industrial society. Sometimes they complain the trash and litter that people uh, mm, throw it on the ground or about smoke from smoking from the um, mobile transportation. It make the air um, have bad smell. Um, Most of them we can we have to fight to face with it because it's so small and we have to breathe. Uh, the big problem made by car and it can kill kill us by polluting on the air.
Mm, right. So it means that there is visible and invisible kind of pollution. You know this word, right? Visible and invisible pollution. It means these are the pollution that we can see and the pollution that we cannot see, especially the pollution on air. Mm. But sometimes you notice, especially when you go to big cities such as Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, you cannot really see the pollution. But after a very long day of going outside, if you come home, your nose, when you wipe your nose and your face, the tissue will be dark because there's a lot of dust. So that's the, or your nose will be dark in here, and that's the sign of air pollution. We cannot see it because the particles are very tiny. And there is one irony here. It says that automobile doesn't kill you in an accident, but it may still kill you by polluting the air you breathe. But I guess in my case, I haven't noticed about it. Like it may not kill us in accident, but it may kill us by polluting the air that we breathe. How about you, Anna? Did you notice? After reading this, I realized something that yeah, I guess some people, especially those people who are very weak when it comes to their respiratory, they die because they cannot breathe well, especially those people who have sickness like asthma. Asthma is a disease where you cannot breathe easily. Mm. So I guess those kind of people are really affected by this kind of pollution. We cannot see it, but sometimes we can also smell, especially in water pollution. Anna, is there a
Uh,
water pollution in Ho Chi Minh?
yeah, in my case, I think old car um, that exhaust the black smoke is not good for our health.
Yes, and it's called smoke belching. The black smoke that came from the cars and vehicles. Smoke belching. So I guess I told you before when we talk about cars that in the Philippines, if the police traffic enforcer caught you that your car's emitting or releasing black smoke or having smoke belching, you will be fined or you need to pay. But even though there is a law like that, still there are many cars who have smoke belching. How about in Vietnam? Do you have a law that will catch those vehicles that releases black smoke or have smoke belching? Cam, do you
Yeah,
have a law like that?
yes, come.
Cam, because you're
The can can you repeat?
yeah. Okay. Do you have a law that catches cars or vehicles who releases black smoke or what we call smoke belching?
The I think in Vietnam we have two places as Hanoi capital and Ho Chi Minh City pretty problem with the air polluted when we have many vehicle on the road and especially in the rush hour. So I think uh, pretty uh, comfortable and at that time I believe really that affected for people when we still along in rush hour. I think so.
So you don't have a policy to
Mm,
catch only in Ho Chi Minh, I think, Anna. Smoke belching or the black smoke from vehicles. So you think it's only in Ho Chi Minh, Anna, or big cities that they have law on this kind of situation?
yes, yes. Other city I think pretty good when we have a less vehicle and we rarely to face with traffic jam. I think so.
All right, I got it. Okay, so Anna, going back to you because I think in Cam's area, it's not common. So in Ho Chi Minh, maybe it's common. Smoke belching is common. Turn on your mic, Anna.
Yeah, in Ho Chi Minh City, smoke belching is
Mm.
very common, but the law is not different from province.
Ah, okay. So the law is still weak. All right. So let's have the second paragraph. Cam, please tell me what did you understand about the second paragraph?
I think the second paragraph talk about polluted in the countryside when the farmer abusing uh, a lot with the uh, pesticides, pesticide for protect their plant and that's also to kill many insects and to make our land become polluted. So the problem is the poison also have affected a bad affected with the land and the food chain, and that's make to people have many disease and to kill many other uh, insects. So maybe in a short future, the balance of ecological have to uh, broken by the poison. I think so.
Before reading this paragraph, do you have a knowledge about it that the insect pesticides, or what we call insecticides, that the farmers use to protect their plants can also cause pollution? Do you have knowledge about it before reading this? Because in my
Um,
case before, I haven't known about it. I don't know that the insecticides and pesticides can also cause pollution.
um, my parents also are the farmers, so when sometime in my past, I pretty often saw my parents use the poison to protect our plant, and every my neighbor in my countryside also the same ways as my parents, and now they also mm, uh, to use there are many type of poison for protect many other tree, and that's pretty common in my countryside.
I thought before there's no pesticides and insecticides because people just use scarecrow. You know what's a scarecrow? It's like a statue that the people um, put on the field to scare the insects or animals, like this one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a kind of an old way or a traditional way to scare the animals or insects. So by having that, farmers will be able to protect their plants. And I thought before or a long time ago there is no like fertilizers, no insecticides or no pesticides, and everything is natural. But then, as you were saying, Cam, even before, farmers are already using these chemicals.
Nowadays they also using that for protect everything they want, and I think that's the bad problem with our countryside.
Yes, because even in countryside, it's happening. So, Anna, do you think, because right now there are really, I think many people, even in the countryside, are using chemicals that could not only harm our um, health but also harm our environment. Do you think you can know, or how would you know that the products that you are buying are not um, are not have, or they don't have any pesticides or insecticides? I think it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult to know what product poison or not. Um, I often buy product from my neighbors, and it's often depend on um, my trust.
You will just trust the person but not trust the product.
Yes.
Sure, because we cannot talk to the product. Yes, even though people will say this is GMO free, right? You know what's GMO, right? So even though people will say or the product will say that it is GMO free, but we really don't know. And I think the one of the solutions to this is to plant our own food, to plant our own vegetable and fruits. But yeah, Anna, you dream of having a house with a big garden, right? So you're planning to plant your own food, Anna?
uh, I think I'm not good at the farmer skill.
Mm. You don't have a green thumb. So it is just a dream.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
only
dream.
just a dream. It's a song also. Green thumb. So the idiom green thumb is a skill related to planting. So when people say, "Oh, you have a green thumb," it means that the plants easily grow when you plant them. How about you, Kam? Do you plan to be like to live a simple life and plant your own food, grow your own food?
I think that is my dream when I become older. And now, although I have a garden, when I have uh, a plant, a land uh, for nothing, my mean is I have uh, a land about 100 square meters square, but
Mm.
I can plant on my land any trees because I don't have any experience. And sometimes my mother told to me, why you don't plant some vegetable on the land? I told her I don't have any experience, and I think the better is to put our label plant the vegetable on my land. I can plant on this on my land. I think that is the best way.
Okay, so I hope it is one of my hope actually that most people will have the initiative, like they will have the drive or the courage to have their own garden and to go back to the land because I think it's one of the solutions for the pollution in our environment right now. Do you think so? Going back to the land and people will not depend, not entirely, but some, not depend on the market.
I hope so.
How about you, Anna? In your case, Anna, it's difficult because you're living in an apartment, right? But I guess there's new ideas right now on how you can plant, even you are living in apartments, right?
Yeah, I see nowadays there are a lot of people plant um, their vegetable, their tree
Mm,
on the rooftop.
yes. I guess it's good to live in a house with a rooftop where you can put all your clothes and also your plants all together. Yeah, so yeah, it's my hope that people would go back to land and have their own garden for a sustainable living. So it means sustainable that people will be independent and they will not be dependent on the market. They can live on their own, hopefully, but I think it's really impossible. So let's have the first question. Give at least two examples of irony in the essay. Irony, it's like also a paradox, it's contradiction. Anna, have you read the two to irony in the essay?
Yeah, I think the first from car
Mm.
car exhausted often is exhaust the um, smoke and it make the air pollution. And the second is the farmer use pesticide on their crop and it make the water and the land pollution.
Okay. So it's near. You got it nearly, Anna. So the first irony is that automobile doesn't kill you in an accident, but it may still kill you by polluting the air you breathe. So an irony is also an idea that contradicts each other. For example, in this one, so we already know that nowadays one of the causes of death, one of the many causes of death, is automobile accidents, right? But it says here that automobile accident will not kill you, but the pollution from cars might kill you. That's one of the irony. And the next one is here, the last. One of the ironies is after a few generations, the target insects acquire immunity and are little affected, but the person designed to control them continues to spread uncontrollably among other animals, perhaps forever. So it says here that the insects that we want to kill are not dying, but the poison or the pesticides and insecticides are affecting our environment and other animals. So those are the two ironies here. Do you get it, Anna?
Yes, Mina.
Okay, let's have number two. So does the essay offer any solution to the problem? Come. Turn on your mic.
I don't see any solution in our essays.
Yeah, exactly. It's only problem, problem, problem.
Mm,
A lot of people say, guys, that if you want to talk about problem, you have to talk about solution.
oh,
Do you believe in that, or do you agree?
um, I don't think so. For example, in our problem is air polluted and land polluted, but that's either the problem, not the solution, because I don't have any way to reduce polluted on air, on land.
Pollution.
Mm,
So
pollution.
yes, it's possible that you can see those problems because it's in our environment, but it's also possible that you cannot provide solution because we are not scientists. Especially those invisible pollution, those pollution that we cannot see. But what about the next question in number three, Anna? What are the visible signs of pollution?
Yeah, although we can see it affected our health by eyes, but there are a lot of people. The number of people are killed, were killed by pollution rise day by day.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see the number of people die because of pollution.
Okay. Yes, that's also correct. But the most visible sign of pollution that we can see around us are land pollution, those garbages, and litter. It's part of the pollution. It pollutes our soil and it pollutes our water as well. So we can see it. And so, guys, because our essay didn't provide a solution, do you have any solution for the first for the first problem? So the problem is in city, right? And the second problem is in the countryside. So Anna, can you give us a solution? What do you think are the possible solutions?
Yeah, I think the solution maybe we don't use car anymore. We use motorbike or a bicycle instead of car.
Bicycle. I've heard, but I didn't really read the news. There is a country or maybe a city, I don't know where was it, that they are trying to eradicate or not use cars, and they are trying to only use bikes because even motorbikes causes pollution. But I guess it will be a very long time, right? If they try to do that, because most people they usually use cars and motorbikes, and only very few people use bikes. So how about the second problem? Come, what's your solution? We have to submit or send
Uh,
your solution to the government.
um, for the second problem, I think the the power depend on the market, because when they want the product so nice, I think the farmer have to use more chemical for protect their product. And I think maybe in the short future we have some big farmer for to sell out many safe product to our market. I think that is a good way for reduce the pollution polluted in our countryside.
Pollution.
Mm.
Okay. Pollution is a noun and polluted is an adjective. So you can say that the water is polluted. Okay, but the problem is pollution. So I guess you have a right, Cam, when people demand or when consumers demand or they wanted the products to be good. Yes, farmers will really use these um, not natural chemicals to make the products good. But they also say that if no one will sell, no one will buy. Because what will people buy if no one will sell? So, yeah, it's full of contradiction. But, anyways, let's hope for the better and the best for our environment. And hopefully, we are going to avoid pollution. And Kam, are you not threatened? Because in Haizong, there are many factories, right? And I saw a lot of buildings, and I think they are slowly building it, but the buildings that are unfinished, but maybe they will be finished soon. So are you not threatened by those factories and buildings that maybe they will cause pollution sooner?
You can see nowadays in Haizhou City we have many building contracting, and when I go out and go to nearby the building contracting, I think there are many dusty in the air, and that's also is the other type of air polluted.
Mm. Yes, I guess so because there's a lot of buildings right now that I can see, but it's still peaceful. So let's go to express yourself in number one. Air pollution is mainly caused by trucks and cars. Would you buy an electric car for a cleaner environment in spite of its higher price and greater inconvenience? Anna.
Yeah, I think this question is for Cam.
Also for you.
Because I don't like car. I don't want to buy a car.
How about e-bike?
E-bike.
Yeah.
If it look good, maybe I will buy it.
Electric bike is really strange, Anna. So the first time that I rode an electric bike is also in Hanoi, yeah, in Hanoi with my friend. And we're already running and I thought is the motorbike starting? I think it's not really starting because the sound is different and very slow. And I asked my friend, "What happened to your motorbike? Is it damaged or what?" And my friend said, "No, because it's an electric bike. That's why it's like that. That's why it says that it is inconvenient because the capacity is different." So yeah, let's throw the question to Come. Are you going to buy an electric car for the
No.
environment? No. Oh my God.
No.
Cam doesn't want to
Because
sacrifice.
the I think I will to buy electric car when everything ready. For example, when the station for I can charge my battery ready, and especially the most important thing with me when I want to use a vehicle is the convenience. That is the most important thing with me.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you have to bring your own battery, Cam. Especially when you travel to far distance. You don't have battery anymore. That's very dangerous. I think I don't want to imagine it. If you are in the middle of the field and it's already dark and you don't have battery anymore, where
Yes.
are you going to charge? Oh my God. But there are also solar cars. Have you heard about it?
Uh,
Yeah.
yes,
Uh,
earlier by time I saw some new style of vehicle using energy from the solar.
Mm,
But
mm.
I think the price really high and really hard for this product can approaching with popular uh, people.
Yes. So I guess even though it says that it is environmentally friendly and it can reduce the pollution, I think it doesn't have an appeal to people, right? Or people are not really attracted to buy it. Is it because people don't want to sacrifice their convenience, or did they just don't care about the environment? What do you think? You think people don't want to sacrifice or to give up? They don't want to give up their convenience, or they really don't care about the environment? Which is which?
Uh, in my case, I think the most important thing with me is convenience, but I also care about how I can help protect our environment. So if I have to choose one of them, I think I have to prioritize my convenience is the first,
Mm,
and then I will to think about the environment later.
later. Okay. So it's like one of my student also. So we have like a little argument because my student said he's willing to destroy the environment for money. And that two there's three students in that class, and the two of us we don't agree with him, and we ask him, why are you like that? Why do you want to destroy the environment for the sake of money? And he said, you can always return the environment to its original states or natural state. But you cannot have the chance to have money all the time. So that's his reason. Yeah, and we cannot do anything because we cannot convince him to not destroy the environment. So let's go to number two. Anna, what do you think is the most important reason to clean our air?
Mm, I think through coronavirus, um, we can see and our environment are not polluted so much because there are a lot of people stay at home and don't go outside. So we can reduce the number of vehicle transport on the road.
Mm. And do you think, Anna, that because people say that I think coronavirus was really a destiny, like it really should happen so that the environment will heal. Do you believe in that?
Yeah, I think it's right.
Mm. So many people were so scared because there was a news before about coronavirus that it is airborne. When we say airborne, you can get it through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many people are panicking about it when the news came out, but it's not true. It's not airborne. And thankfully, it's not because if it is airborne, my God, even though you are very far from each other, how many meters, it's very possible for you to be affected because it will go to the air and yeah, basically it can come to you wherever you are. That's so scary. It's more than a horror story. All right, so let's go to number three. The questions are very long today. Some doubt our water supply is safe and free from pollution, despite reassurances from the governments. Are you willing to buy and drink mineral water at high prices to protect yourself? Cam, are you doubting your water supply from the government? Like, are you thinking if it's clean or not?
I think our water using today just for um, that's controlled by our government. So I think the quality can maybe good, but
Maybe good.
uh, and I think if I need another water for a better for my body, I feel I also to happy when I pay more money for that. I think so.
So you're using mineral water? I think everywhere
Mm,
right now people are using mineral water. Even in countryside, there's still mineral water.
mm, maybe
Mm.
because
How about you, Anna?
the,
Okay, Cam. Continue.
no, I don't have any idea.
You said because. Oh my goodness. Okay, how about Anna in the city or in Ho Chi Minh? You have water supply from faucet, right?
When I live at home, I often use tap water and boil it to drink. But when I travel, I often buy mineral water because I can boil the water with me.
You will boil the water on the bus.
I
Oh
cannot.
my goodness. And I guess Anna, your way is very traditional. I saw my aunts before doing that. I think mineral water is already popular before, but not really common to people. So my aunt always do that, like boil the water from the faucet, and we will going to use that for drinking. So I guess you are helping the environment, Anna. You are helping to reduce the plastics.
Yeah.
And yeah, the process of making mineral water actually can cause pollution. And the minerals also in mineral water, we cannot say that it will not have a bad effect on our body because it is already processed. So I guess it's still safe to go back to tap water. But people are scared of using it right now. So it's a good idea to really boil it by 100-degree boiling point. So congratulations, Anna. It's 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 actually a little inconvenient, right, Anna? Do you feel it's inconvenient to boil water?
uh, I used to I use this for a long time, so
Mm,
I'm familiar with it.
okay. So you don't find it inconvenient anymore. Yes. How about you, Cam? Are you willing to boil water to help reduce the pollution?
Actually, I don't care so much about the plastic waste when I using the bottled water. And when I drive my car, I pretty often using bottled water because I don't have any choice. But when I stay at home, I using tap water.
Oh, that's good. Also, wow, congratulations. Yeah, because I think right now I can see that there are many plastics everywhere you go, and most of the products that we use they are put inside a plastic. And also people who are even in the countryside use mineral water. So it's good if you use tap water or you boil your water. That's nice. So it means that you are helping our environment. Congratulations. Okay, so let's have number four. Do you think bottled water is any healthier than tap water?
Maybe I think so.
Bottled water is healthier, you think? How about you,
Yeah.
Anna?
I just say bottled water is more clean than tap water,
Okay,
but
you think
the
it's cleaner?
yeah, but the quality I'm not sure.
Yes. So when you go to a restaurant, guys, we always, if we don't want any other drinks or colored drinks, we want bottled water or mineral water. But my friends told me that bottled water and tap water, if you are going to choose, maybe you have to choose tap water because it's more natural than mineral water. It already goes through a process. Yeah, that's what they said, but it's still up to you guys. I think we have to do some research about it more. So we'll be knowledgeable about the water that we drink. So let's have number five. It is said that disposable diapers take more than 100 years to decompose. Diapers are filling our landfills at remarkable speed. Do you think we should discontinue their production? Diapers for babies. It is one of the
And
causes of land or soil pollution. And it says here that it is really increasing. So do you think, Anna, we should discontinue or stop the production of diapers?
I think it's so hard to stop using it because it's so convenient for us. especially in this busy life nowadays. We don't have to spend a lot of time to wash clothes.
Mm. So just an example, Anna, if ever you will have a small a child again, are you willing to use the old way before and not use diapers?
No, I
Like
have
only
to use
cloth?
a diaper.
Mm, okay. So you will still choose diaper. Should we ask Cam about it?
Cows don't care.
Because Cam doesn't care about the plastic waste. Cam, do you think we have to stop the production of diapers? Because it contributes a lot to land pollution.
Uh, when I go to restaurant, if I want to eat something for I can clean my face, I don't have any choice without a pamper. I think
Tissue.
a tissue. Yes, and I think that good because nowadays when our technology become more developed, we have many material for really fast to uh, decompose in a short time after we use that. So I think I like it.
So yeah, I guess so because man's intelligence is endless. So we can think of a lot of innovation, like to make diapers ecological, like it's environmentally friendly. I hope that we can do that, that it will be easily decomposed. Because before, guys, there plastics are we don't know that there is a material that we can use for plastics to easily decompose, right? So nowadays there is what we call biodegradable plastics. Do you know that? Some companies are using biodegradable plastic, so it means that the plastic can easily be decomposed. Unlike before, that plastics will take thousands of years to decompose, so it would really be a big problem to our environment. But today, some companies and some supermarkets are using biodegradable plastics. It means that it will be decayed or it will be decomposed easily. So that's a great innovation and that's a great change, and I hope it will also happen to plastic related products. So let's go to number 6. What do you think about building more nuclear power plants in spite of the potential danger of radioactive release? When we say nuclear, we are afraid because we think it's a nuclear weapon.
Yes.
like like what we always hear in North Korea or other nation. So in the Philippines, guys, we have a nuclear power plant, but we don't use it because we are afraid about the effect of the nuclear power plant to the people. So most people say it's a dead investment because they said if we use the nuclear power plants for our electricity, it can decrease the payment for the electric bill. But we're not using it because we're afraid that it will explode and it will affect a lot of lives. So what do you think about this question, Anna?
I think not only nuclear power plant but also the factory are not are harmful for our environment because um, the ingredient made from a chemical So
Mm.
it's very dangerous if it is kept outside. Yeah.
Okay. So you think we should not build more nuclear power plants? It's a
Yeah.
no for you. Okay, it's a no. Yes. So how about you, Cam? Nuclear power plants can help us make our electric bill cheaper. But I guess in Vietnam, guys, the electric bill is cheap, right?
Um, I hear some news when our government went to build up a nuclear power electric in the maybe in Dalat province in
Dalat.
Lâm province. Mm. And I'm not sure about that. And I think in our country we have a long beach and with many sunny all around all year. So I think that's the good way for we can also to make more energy for our economic, but we also reduce many pollution for
Mm,
our environment. I think so.
okay. So let's go to number 7. Would you be willing to sacrifice your current standard of living for a cleaner environment? Give up everything and go back the mountain. Okay. Let's have question number 7, Anna.
Yeah. I think we cannot give up our standard of living nowadays and come back
Mm.
um, the life in the past. It's so hard to
It's so
uh,
difficult.
yeah. It's so hard
Mm.
to uh, imagine.
Yeah. Even the way you say it, Anna, is really difficult. How about you, Cam?
Uh, in my case, I never imagined about how I can sacrifice my current life to have a new current life with less uh, pollution.
Mm. I guess it's really difficult to do that, but I think we can do something, at least in our own environment, or especially in our own houses, to help reduce the pollution, especially for when you, in your case, Anna, like when you boil the water and not use mineral water, that's great. And you come when you use tap water, I don't think it's true. I can't believe you come. Okay, let's go to number 8. Would you be willing to pay higher taxes for a healthier environment?
In my case, I will I willing to pay more money for protect our environment already every time. But uh, in fact, I don't believe my tax to pay for our government to useful for our environment when I don't have any change in our environment.
Okay, got it. So you don't believe that it goes straight to protecting the environment? Okay, let's have Anna.
I need to know the um, about task, how much the task I will pay before I decide to
To
pay
pay.
or not.
High, it's high tax, maybe 20% of your salary. Oh my God,
My
that's very
God.
high. 20% of a salary. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully, I think there are a lot of programs actually. There are many programs, and I think the government is also thinking of a healthier environment. But still, even though we can see that a lot of people are doing something, those people are still not enough to help our environment. So I guess we have to do our part. Let's go and clean the environment. We're just good in saying. So let's have number 9. Do you think your country's anti-pollution laws are tough enough? What
Yeah,
do you think about? Okay,
uh,
Anna.
I think it's not tough enough. That's the
Mm,
reason why there are a lot of people um, pollute the environment naturally.
yes, I guess so. It's not really tough, or um, there is no strict implementation of the anti-pollution laws. How about you, Cam? What do you think about the question?
I don't understand the meaning of question.
Like the policy or the laws about anti-pollution, do you think it's strict or not?
Mm. I think that not when every people in my countryside they willing to chemical every time.
Mm. One very simple example of throwing trash in our environment or surrounding. So, for example, in the Philippines, there is a law that if the government catch you throwing garbage, you will just clean. So I think it's not very tough or it's not very strict. So yeah, people still continue to throw garbages or throw plastics in the surroundings. That's a very simple law, but it's not very tough. That's why people don't follow it. So let's have number 10. Are you concerned about other forms of pollution than just bad air and water? What about too much noise? Come.
In my case, nowadays I think the air and the water around me pretty good. Maybe that's
Wow.
not in my case, and so I don't want to change another from pollution, and I'm pretty happy with my current time.
There is no
Uh,
pollution around you, Cam?
mm, I think so. And about much noise, I think that is pretty common in our society when we have a more developed, we can avoid that.
Mm. Wow, that's good that there is no pollution around you. So it means you are living in a healthy environment. How about you, Anna?
Mm. In my case, I think air and water nowadays are polluted so much, but we can define how much polluted they are. About the noise, if I live near um, the noise every day, I think I have to change my apartment.
Mm. Yes, I guess so because it can really affect you also. It can cause anxiety and depression, like the noise, too much noise. In my case, I don't like noise right now, aside from the noise from talking. Okay, let's have number 11. Do you think overcrowdedness is a form of pollution? Do Do you like going into crowded places, guys? Like, are you comfortable, or if you are in the middle of a crowd, is it not a problem to you?
Yeah, I think it's
In my case, I think I never.
I think it's a type of pollution um, made by noise.
Yes. So there is a kind of pollution in that, and that is noise. Okay, it's the product of overcrowdedness and also garbages. So in my case before, I really like crowds and I want to always go there, but I think now I don't like crowds. I don't like too much or many people. How about you, Cam? It's your time now.
Okay, I think the older people like I don't like the overcrowd, and
Old people.
I also think I also think that's a type of polluted noise.
Noise pollution.
Mm.
Mm.
Old
All right.
people. He
Old
mentioned you and
people.
me.
Oh my God. I think for me it's okay, but I really can't stand it. So one time I went to Pham Ngulao, not in Haizong, but in Ho Chi Minh.
Mm.
So it was so crowded. Oh my God, I cannot move. And I really want to escape the place. But the hostel that I'm staying is near the Pham Ngulao. Because when
Yeah.
I asked my friends, where should I stay? They told me in Pham Ngulao. So I stayed there. Very crowded. Yeah. It's like in the Philippines, there is a very big festival every January, and it's very crowded also. But when I went there in Famulao, there is no festival. It's just, I think maybe Sunday, but it's more crowded there than in the Philippines. Oh my goodness. You will be amazed because you can see a lot of different people, but you will not be amazed because of the noise, and there's really a lot of crowd. Okay. So this is the type of pollution that I'm telling you a while ago, guys. Overcrowdedness. It's an emerging kind of pollution because you can get a lot of product like garbages and litter and also noise pollution. So let's go to opinion sample. Let's have number one. Um,
I think the main content talk about the sacrifice when uh, when we want to more confidence, but we really hard for reduce the pollution.
mm,
And I think the best uh, the solution for our problem is we have to uh, belong on the technology, and I think technology is a good key for to sure about we have a more confidence life, and we also more protect our environment.
mm. I hope so. We can do it. We can develop more effective technology that is not harmful to our environment because it's really difficult for people to give up. Even you guys, you cannot sacrifice or give up. I think in my case, I can give up a little, but not really all of it. So it's very difficult to tell people to sacrifice and give up. They won't do it. By any chance, guys, have you seen the animation where they build a machine that can release a lot of food? Have you seen that kind of animation? It's also for adult.
No.
So I guess you have to try to find it and watch it maybe with your kids because it's really a good movie, animated movie about technology or innovation. So let's have number two, Anna.
Yeah, the number two statement talk about our pollution, our anti-pollution laws are not tough enough. That's the reason so many people can pollute the river and air, and uh, they they accept the fine if they are caught because for them it's cheap.
Okay. Yeah, that's why some people will do it again because um, the fine or the penalty is not cheap. I think that's correct. So I have one question, guys. Are you guilty? Are you guilty of the pollution that's happening in our environment? I think when you say you're guilty, it means that maybe in some other ways you have contributed. You have contributed to the pollution. Are you guilty or not guilty? We are in the court right now and the judge is judging you. Cam, do you feel guilty about the damage in our environment?
Um, yes. Sometimes I think I wish I can reduce my confidence life for protect our environment. And at that time, I feel I'm so guilty with our life. So when I look other people, I think they also same with me, and my feeling guilty really fast to lose.
Okay, so you are relying on other people. So that's difficult. I think people are also thinking the same way, right? How about you, Anna?
Yeah, in my case, when I drink bottled water and throw the bottle, or when I buy food and the buyer um, um, put it in the plastic and I throw it after that, I think I'm guilty to cooperate to pollute our environment.
Okay, so you think you're guilty, but when you see other people, is your like come? Would your guilt be gone away, or it still remains? So plastics right now are really everywhere. For example, when you just look at your table, there are many plastics. So you have to be guilty. And I think I told you about this, guys, that plastic was created because before there was a problem about paper. So before there's no plastic, I think in 1970s, and then people are using too much paper. So to use too much paper, we have to cut down many trees. So it caused a problem as well. So their solution to that problem was to create plastics instead of paper so that we can reduce our problem in cutting down trees. But now, plastic again became a problem, and people are thinking on going back to using paper. So, which is really the problem, the plastic or the paper? But we just have to always remember that whatever that we use, if we abuse it, if we use too much about it, it will really become a problem. So we just have to remember that too much of everything is really dangerous. So in your own little way, guys, what are the things that you can do? Like just little ways or basic things that you can do so that in your own little way you can contribute to make our environment a healthier one aside from using tap water and boiling your water and not using mineral water. So come, are you really sure that you're not using mineral water in your house and you're just
I
using
think I
tap
can do
water?
that.
Ah.
Yes,
Okay.
I can use tap water in my house.
Mhm. Okay, so let's go back to the question. Anna, you first. In your own little way, what are some of the things that you can do in your own house, maybe, to help our environment? I think I thought you're frozen, Anna. What happened to our
Yeah, I think I use the number um, of it in average. That means I don't waste a lot of product make
Mm,
uh, our environment polluted.
mm. Yes, I think we have to use everything moderately, especially plastic. So the country Japan, guys, is I think number 4 in using plastics in the world. Because if you've seen the products made from Japan, the product is very small, but the plastic is a lot because they like to wrap their products in plastics. Yeah. If you try to see Japanese product, a very little product is wrapped in many plastics. So I think we are number 4, or what number are they in the usage of plastic in the whole world? So how about you, Cam? Are there some ways that you can do?
Uh,
You cannot sacrifice.
uh, I heard about the fridge can to make our environment polluted. So
Is that
I
Cam?
think I'm not sure. So maybe I think I will reduce the bottled water using in when I stay at home and uh, reduce the plastic bag when my wife also using that from the market. So I think that's the best way I can do for reduce
Mm.
polluted.
You can bring your own bag when you go to the market. Yeah. No, so that they will not give you plastic. Do you do that, Anna, or you don't? Bring your own plastic or bag, eco bag or
Uh,
basket.
if it's light, I can bring it.
Mm, okay, got it. Yeah, that's one of the ways, guys. So let's have number 1 in useful expressions. If you really want to appreciate what an enormous job it is to clean up the environment, start cleaning out your closets. Clean your wardrobe or clean your closets. Anna, what do you think of this expression?
Yeah, it's funny, but I think it's worth. It works
Yes.
because it builds our um, habit
Mm,
to um, to make everything um, clean.
mm, and tidy. I think it also talks about an irony, Anna, like you cannot even clean your closets and then you're thinking of cleaning the environment. So it says clean your closet first before you think of cleaning the environment. So let's have number two come. Everywhere we look, somebody is doing something about pollution, like contributing to it. What do you think about the expression?
I think in my case, I will to look around me when someone to make something for protect environment, and then I will do the same.
Really? No, actually, the expression is so funny. You think that it's actually like doing something to help the environment, but it says here like contributing to it, contributing to the pollution. It's not contributing to making the environment good, but to the pollution. That's the meaning of number two. It there means the pollution. But that's good, Cam. I wish you can really do it. All right, guys. So do you have any questions about pollution?
No.
No.
Yeah, I guess it's very difficult to reduce pollution, but I hope in our own way, because we are a bit guilty about pollution, we can do something about it, but it's still very difficult. And I guess scientists can think of innovative things like in technology to help us. All right, so if you don't have any question, guys, that's it for today. And thank you so much for today. I hope you have a good day and avoid pollution along your way. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
goodbye.